Try now.
It looks encouraging. What's that?
We're behind you about a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a minute delay.
Yeah, I think so. It's just keep playing.
Oh, she says awesome. Thank you.
Okay, great. I got it.
Let's start. Let's take it from the top. Okay. Sorry about that, Christine. We had some major once again, we're celebrating the music of Mr. Harry Warren, one of America's great pop music composers. And here's a song that he did about his old hometown of New York City. Come on along and listen to the Lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, Lullaby of Broadway. The rumble of a subway train, the rattle of a taxi, the daffodils that entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's. Oh, and a Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Hey, come on along and listen to the Lullaby of Broadway, the hidey-hi and boop-a-doo, the Lullaby of Broadway. The band begins to go to town, and everyone goes crazy. You rock by your baby round, and everything gets hazy. Hush-a-bye, I'll buy you this and that. You hear a daddy saying, and baby goes home to her flat to sleep all day. Good night, baby. Good night. The milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day and listen to Lullaby of Old Broadway. And listen to the Lullaby of Old Broadway. All right, the Lullaby of Broadway. And that's another great song written by the subject of our show and the last couple of shows, Mr. Harry Warren. And look here is a copy of the original sheet music, The Lullaby of Broadway. Whoops, there we go. And the Gold Diggers had a number of different editions. They had the Gold Diggers of 1933, that was the first one, and then 35, and then I think they had one more. Oh yeah, 37. I've got another piece of sheet music for you. So I want to do a song about another hometown right now that Harry Warren wrote at the beginning of his pop tune composing career. And let's see, I have to look at this one. I don't know if I've ever really done Lullaby of Broadway before, but I definitely have not sung this one before. And I'm remiss because this was my hometown in Southern California for a number of years. And when I was growing up in San Gabriel, I always was looking north towards Pasadena as a place that was fun to visit. And I lived in a bedroom community. There was hardly any town per se of San Gabriel, just a few, blocks of business buildings and a couple of strip malls. But Pasadena was a beautiful established city that got started in the late 1800s. And it was well known by the time this song was written as a winter resort for the well-to-do. And it was a lovely, idyllic place, and there's still a lot of beautiful homes there. And the craftsman architectural style got its start in Pasadena, and in many respects, in the early 1900s, these two architects, Green and Green, built some lovely homes in the Pasadena area and other places in California. And so it's time for me to do a song about my old hometown. Home in Pasadena, home where grass is greener, where honeybees hum melodies and orange trees scent the breeze. I'm gonna be a home sweet homer. I'll settle down beneath the palms in Pasadena, my hometown. I said home in Pasadena, home where grass is greener, where honeybees are melodies and orange trees scent the breeze. I'm gonna be a home sweet homer. There I'll settle down beneath the palms in Pasadena, my hometown. In Pasadena, my hometown. All right, home in Pasadena. And I've got a copy of this one here. It's got a little silhouette of a palm tree and a male vocal quartet that I suspect sounded like the barbershop quartets that we may have heard. And this one was written in 1923. It was right toward the beginning of Harry's songwriting career. He had a hit song in 1922, Rose of the Rio Grande, and oddly enough, it was covered many years later by Duke Ellington and his orchestra. Who would have thought? Anyway, so just an example that Harry had it going on early on, and fortunately he got together with some better lyricists. Al Dubin, a fantastic lyricist, joined him. They started writing together in the early 30s, and then they became official partners when they started working for Warner Brothers with 42nd Street. So anyhow, I'm absolutely delighted to do a home in Pasadena. I want to send that out to some old buds of mine, Robert Armstrong, Al Dodge, and John Reynolds, three natives of the Crown City, ladies and gentlemen. And that goes out to them. And I'm going to do one more tune. And this is another Harry Warren tune. This is from a couple years later, 1937. And this is the last Gold Diggers extravaganza. And there's a picture of Joan Blondell on the cover. And it was right about this time that she and Dick Powell got married. And this one is a really cute song. It's called With Plenty of Money and You. And it's a sentiment that has not grown old in our capitalist society. Because if you ain't got the dough, you gotta go. All right. So, oh baby, what I couldn't do with plenty of money and you, in spite of the worry that money brings, just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things, and I could take you to places you'd like to go, but after all that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, strife and upheaval, but I'm certain, honey, life would be sunny with plenty of money and you. Yeah. Oh baby, what I couldn't do with plenty of money and you, in spite of the worry that money brings, just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things, and I could take you to places you'd like to go, but after all that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. I'm certain, honey, life would be sunny with plenty of money and you. All right, with plenty of money and you. That was a Harry Warren tune from the Gold Diggers of 1937, starring Joan Blondell and Dick Powell. And I'm going to play you out with a little bit of another great Harry Warren song right now, and Jeepers Creepers. And I want to just remind you that we really appreciate your generous offerings, and we've had a lot of great support over the last several months. Thank you so much for that. And if you're feeling generous and would like to help support the music here, we have a receptacle of gratitude on Venmo and also PayPal. And you can drop by there and leave a little something. And also, I want to make sure that you know that this Thursday, March the 4th, this coming Thursday, that's a couple of days from now, we'll be having a special cocktail hour at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we have a great musical guest, Mr. Orville Johnson. And if you haven't heard of Orville Johnson, you ought to tune in and check him out. He's a fantastic dobro player, guitarist, and also a singer. And he's also written some really great tunes. So we're really looking forward to having Orville on the show. And those of you in the world of swing dancing and traditional jazz, you'll be excited to know that our celebrity bartender is none other than the fabulous Jen Hodge, joining us all the way from her island in the Pacific Northwest. And she's going to make us a very special cocktail. Actually, she's going to make her version of the Negroni, a classic. And we're going to see if we can twist her arm and get her to play a 78 or two for us. By the way, you know, Jen has her own show where she plays 78 records on her wind-up Victrola. It's fantastic. So you should definitely know about her if you don't already. Anyway, that's at our cocktail hour this coming Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Please be there, and we'll have links on the my cocktail hour page on Facebook. Okay, And also, you can go to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and get all the information you need there. And if you click that little bell, it'll notify you of when the show's coming up. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today to our late but better late than never edition of Music du Jour. And this is Casey MacGill thanking you so much for joining us. And here's a little bit of Jeepers Creepers to take you out. Another great Harry Warren song, collaborating with Mr. Johnny Mercer. I don't care what the weatherman says when the weatherman says it's raining. Never hear me complaining. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I don't care where the weather vane points when the weather vane points to gloomy. Doesn't mean nothing to me when your eyes look into mine. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? All those weepers, where'd you get those eyes? Now gosh, oh, get up. How did they get so lit up? Gosh, oh, get up. How do they hypnotize? Golly, golly gee, when you turn them heaters on. Whoa, 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 woe is me. I've got to put my cheaters on. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those papers? All those weepers, where did you get those eyes in the morning? Where'd you get those eyes in the evening? Where did you get those jeepers, jeepers, creepers, creepers? Where did you get those eyes? Those eyes. See you next time.